Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses, gang. And this video is a reaction to In the Sentence, man, that 1090 Jake. Now, I just found out about this. Rod Wave arrested for doing the unthinkable to his girlfriend's Benz on camera after police find the video. Now, I do want to say this. Love is a beautiful thing. Sometimes it could be just as beautiful when that love is no longer present. But love has to be present in yourself while you love that person, because people who love themselves, people who value their position, people that have value for value and understand their own value in life, don't do things like this. Now, I had a cousin named Tawana Elegant, R.I.P. to her, LLTT. She used to be a fan of Rod Wave, which I never really was a fan of, that crybaby ass music and singing about depression and loss and things like that. That's all I really know Rod Wave for. I've only heard one Rod Wave song, which is probably his biggest one. But this is the manifestation of being in the spirit of depression. Now, and I'm not going to be too long-winded in the intro, but you can not be depressed but act depressed, and it will feel and seem like you're depressed. But the first thing that you need to do if you are depressed or you have anxiety is to not act like it. It's to not live a life of depression. It's to not depress your own energy. It's to not have depressing habits. So let's just go into it and see what dude end up doing. Let's go.
Man, what's up, everybody? It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on Rod Wave firing up his girlfriend's G-Wagon after his house was broken into. May 20th, 2025, Rod Wave was taken into custody and booked into the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta. A long list of charges would range from aggravated assault, possession of a firearm, pointing or aiming a gun at another person, and tampering with evidence. A total of 13 charges, with damn near half being felonies, has left fans wondering what the hell happened.
13, nigga, you only said 4. Aggravated assault, possession of a thing or a knife during a commission or attempt to commit certain felonies. What kind of charge is that? Come on, Georgia, you making me look bad. Pointing or aiming at another, reckless conduct, criminal damage to property in the second degree, willful obstruction of law enforcement, misdemeanor, tampering with evidence, felony, possession of a thing. So I don't know if they charge them. It's reckless conduct. Okay, sometimes they do that. Conspiracy to commit a felony, tampering with evidence.
And tampering with evidence. A total of 13 charges, with damn near half being felonies, has left fans wondering what the hell happened. Spade TV News would post to Instagram Rod Wave's affidavit, and according to the arrest affidavit, on May 13th, officers executed a search warrant at Rod Wave's 6-bed, 7.5 bath, 14,000 square foot,
That was in Sandy Springs.
3-acre mansion that last sold in 2024 for $9 million.
Where was it?
Specifically, detectives wanted the home security footage. They believe the video recordings contain evidence of a previous burglary turned shooting that took place at the residence. Recovering the recording device they sought, detectives found footage from April 21st. Reviewing the footage, the master bedroom window was broken, indicating someone broke into Rod Wave's house, but video from the 2 days before wasn't there. Rod Wave sent this realtor to check on the home, and she could be seen on surveillance video walking around the garage courtyard before leaving and returning with another realtor. They take pictures of the residence and open the garage door where a Mercedes G-Wagon parked. They were not seen taking anything from the home and eventually left. Rod Wave's girlfriend, Minnie Barbie, whose real name is Manariah Andrews, can be seen pulling up in a BMW. Shortly after, Rod Wave and an unknown associate would pull up in an SUV. Rod and his associate could be seen carrying bags and what appeared to be a box from the residence while his girlfriend followed. While the surveillance footage had no audio, it appeared to detectives that Rod Wave was arguing with his girlfriend. She could be seen yelling at Rod, who in return pulled out a Glock 20 10mm pistol from under his left arm, opening fire at his girlfriend's G-Wagon that he bought her for Christmas. The same G-Wagon posted on her Instagram. Detectives would count Rod's shot 14 times until the weapon was empty. 11 bullets would strike the G-Wagon, 1 round struck Rod's Rolls Royce, and 1 round struck a wall, while the 14th bullet was never recovered. While Rod was shooting...
Bro, this is dumb, bro. Now, of course, I jumped to, no pun intended. Of course, I jumped to conclusions, and I thought that he was just acting out of, he was acting out of emotion, but acting out of anger because he thought his girl was being promiscuous. But you got your crib broken into, and you pretty much took it out on your girl. So, okay, the theory in my mind is she was messing with a dude, and that dude attempted to break into his crib to either rob him or do the unthinkable, and he ended up getting away, and she was like, bro, that's why I told you to stop texting that nigga, and blamed her shit up, bro. Like, that's what I think happened.
His associate was unfazed, as if he knew it was going to happen. He just continued to place things from the house inside of the SUV. Rod's girlfriend, on the other hand, ducked down and ran inside of the house in fear. She then ran from the house.
She didn't run in the house out of fear. Why would you run inside somebody's house who just popped at you? She ran inside the house. That's not even wise.
To a nearby neighbor, call her mother, telling her Rod Wave shot her car up, and telling her mom to call 911. Rod could then be seen on camera running through the front of the yard as detectives believed he was now panicking, knowing his girlfriend went to the neighbors to call the police. Rod's associate would also seem to panic as they both jumped into the SUV, but their exit was blocked by Minnie Barbie's BMW. With Rod Wave driving, he'd reverse into the BMW in an attempt to push it out of the way, leaving his tires.
Sobriety. That's why I'm about to get sober tomorrow, so I can get my family back and so I can get my clarity back.
Spinning. Pulling back up to the garage, Rod's associate would shut the garage door to prevent the shot up G-Wagon from being seen. Rod would get out of the SUV while on the phone, and his associate would begin collecting shell casings. Rod would attempt to drive around the BMW, but ended up striking a staircase and blowing out his front tire, disabling the SUV. Getting out, Rod would grab shell casings near the windshield wipers, throwing them onto the stairs before calling someone else on his phone. Rod would lock the SUV, lock up the house, and leave through the back of the residence. Detectives would locate a damaged backyard fence, leading them to believe 300-pound Rod Wave broke the fence while escaping through the back. Detectives were now confident they had video evidence clearly showing Rod and his associate working together to alter the scene of a shooting, and later discovered Rod contacted his bodyguard to pick them up from the scene to avoid apprehension, while taking evidence from the scene to make it appear Rod was never there and no crime happened other than a burglary. Due to this information, probable cause was found to arrest Rod Wave on charges of aggravated assault, pointing.
Bro, all you have to do, which I don't want people to commit crimes at all you had to do was go to the club, get a tow truck company to pick the car up, take it somewhere, right? Get somebody else to drive it somewhere far. That's why you need friends, man. This is why, number one, this guy was obviously inebriated. So if I would have done that, which that's something I would never do, I think what I would have done was I would have got somebody just to take it to the hood, erased all the video footage, go to the club, possibly report it stolen, and be like, I don't know, the dude picked up all the shell casings, that's cool, but I would have got one of the homies to take it to East Atlanta somewhere and dump it, and then reported it stolen. That's what I would have did. Erased all the footage and said that my cameras haven't been working for about a week, sir. Like, we had issues. Did somebody try to break in my house? Nah, a bird flew into it, so that's when my window's broken. You gotta make sacrifices during this point. Go to the club, and that's what I would have did. I would have went to the club.
Aiming a firearm at another person, 2 counts of possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, 2 counts of reckless conduct, 2 counts of criminal damage to property, 2 counts of obstruction of law enforcement, 2 counts of tampering with evidence, and conspiracy to commit a felony. Now, I don't think this should come as a surprise that one of the top artists making emotional music reacted emotionally to someone breaking into his mansion.
What did I say? Exactly. She had nothing to do with this.
But to shoot the shit out of his girlfriend's G-Wagon is a little bit over the top. But we don't know if she was bitching his ear off on the phone and he just snapped. At the end of the day, he bought the car, most likely owns the car, and he didn't cause her actually any harm aside from what? Stress?
Mental?
The paperwork never stated he aimed a gun at her or threatened her with it, even though that's what he's been charged with. But Rod has Drew Findling behind him. You know, Dirk's lawyer, Young Boy's lawyer. Meaning this shit is about to go away with a quickness, but Rod's girlfriend will play an important role. On the night the burglary took place, police responded to the mansion after receiving reports of a domestic dispute, with witnesses hearing yelling and screaming. Minnie Barbie was outside crying, as she was the one that discovered the home had been broken into, with the safe in the basement being dragged across the floor before being emptied. The investigation revealed bullet casings, bullet holes, 2 shot-up luxury vehicles, a handgun, a broken window by the pool, and a hammer in a nearby bush. The scene resembled a fucking shootout, leaving detectives wondering what actually took place, which led to the search warrant for the surveillance video. Now, Drew Findling would comment, only saying there is no truth to the charges. Rod Wave was a victim to a burglary and committed no crimes. How he was even charged as a result of this situation is incomprehensible, and this will absolutely be resolved in favor of Rod Wave. Obviously, Drew isn't going to comment on the alleged surveillance video that's been recovered, but eventually that argument will come. Now, I find it highly disrespectful, being a big guy myself, that detectives assume Rod Wave broke the backyard fence by jumping over it.
That's hilarious. But at the end of the day, just me personally being on, I'm not currently on any illegal hard substances, but I will say this, bro. Rod Wave he's not an attractive man. he's a very emotional guy, and he's on them. He's on that stuff. That's in my opinion, because this sounds like one of those cases, and I know real recognize real. The paranoia of the burglary, and his girl pulling up, and his girl reporting it. He probably did that because he suspected what he suspected, and he suspected that his girl was talking to other dudes. He knew her name is Minnie Barbie. So I don't want to say too much. I don't want to keep reiterating that he thought that she was cheating on him, and she thought that he set him up, and he tried to take justice into his own hands. Bro, just keep your nose clean, literally and figuratively. And if you really don't trust that person, just don't be with them, because that's gonna put you in these type of positions. It's Aaron Moses, man. I'm the band, you the band, we the band together, man. Life is in the breath. Breathe it in. Peace.